in a move that has sent massive shockwaves across the entire Apple community. Something unusual has been unfolding right under everyone's nose. And over the past few days, that tiny detail has exploded into one of the biggest waves of speculation about Apple's smart home future in years. It all started when retail trackers noticed a sudden and unexpected change. The HomePod Mini was quietly marked as discontinued at major retailers like B&H. And if you've followed Apple for any amount of time, you know exactly what that means. Apple does not pull products from retail channels unless something big is about to happen. That one small change instantly lit up alarms for fans, analysts, and Apple watchers around the world, but things got even stranger. While the HomePod Mini listings vanished overnight, Apple TV listings stayed exactly where they were, still available and still fully purchasable. This confused a lot of people. Some assumed only the HomePod Mini was getting refreshed, while the Apple TV would stick around for a while longer. But seasoned Apple followers could sense it. Something wasn't adding up. Then the real plot twist arrived. Internal retail leaks began to surface. Mark Gurman reported that while Apple TV units are still available at third-party stores, Apple's internal, stock inside retail stores has been tightening, one of Apple's classic signs. That new inventory is coming and existing SKUs are about to be replaced, but the story didn't stop there. According to reports, Apple Store employees were instructed to prepare for a major overnight retail reset on November 11th. A signature Apple move whenever they plan to drop new hardware without hosting an event or live stream. If you know Apple, you know these overnight resets are never random. They almost always mean that new products will magically appear on shelves the very next morning. Employees reorganize displays, shift accessories, reset tables, and quietly prepare the store for whatever surprise Apple is about to unleash. It's one of Apple's favorite ways to generate massive internet hype without saying a single word. What made things even more hilarious was that Apple also announced the quirky new 230 iPhone Pocket on the exact same day. The internet joked that maybe the overnight reset was just to give the tiny accessory some dramatic spotlight. The most Apple trolling Apple moment ever. But once the joke settled, the real story became clearer. This refresh likely covers both the HomePod Mini and the Apple TV, two major smart home devices. One silent November drop, classic Apple. And now with all that out of the way, it's time to dive into the real question, what's actually changing with the new Apple TV? Because, trust me, the story goes far beyond discontinued listings and supply chain whispers. The upcoming Apple TV refresh is shaping up to be one of the biggest shifts in Apple's living room strategy in years. The Apple TV has always been the underrated gem in Apple's lineup. Smooth, powerful, stable, and deeply integrated into the Apple ecosystem. A device so reliable that most people use it daily without ever thinking about it. And now, Apple is preparing to upgrade it in ways that could redefine the entire streaming box industry. Apple's update. Timeline: Apple typically refreshes the Apple TV every 3-ish years. Never perfectly consistent, but predictable enough. The current model from 2022 brought the A15 Bionic, HDR10 Plus, and a USB-C Siri remote. A solid update. Nothing revolutionary. But this time, Apple isn't just upgrading the Apple TV, they're completely repositioning it. Massive performance jump confirmed, according to Ming-Chi Kuo and Bloomberg. The next Apple TV will feature 2 huge silicon upgrades, the new N1 wireless chipset, Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6. This brand new chip debuted in the iPhone 17 and merges Wi-Fi and Bluetooth into one super efficient design. With Wi-Fi 7, the Apple TV gains 2.4 GHz plus 5 GHz plus 6 GHz Kion, simultaneous transmission, dramatically faster speeds, way lower latency, ultra-stable connections, better cloud gaming performance, more reliable smart home control for dozens of devices, and, with Bluetooth 6, Apple TV gets faster pairing, better controller stability, less interference, smoother AirPods performance. Anyone who's had a controller disconnect mid-game knows how big this is. The A17 Pro chip, console-level power yes, the same A17 Pro from the iPhone 15 Pro and latest iPad mini. That means hardware-accelerated ray tracing, console-style graphics, PS5-level lighting on a streaming box, a rumored 8 GB of RAM AI processing through Apple Intelligence. This instantly transforms the Apple TV from just a streamer into a mini living room computer. Think ultra-smooth gaming, real-time. AI captions, smarter Siri with on-device processing. Faster app launches, advanced automation for HomeKit. Apple isn't just making a streaming box, they're building a future-proof hub. Apple's gaming strategy just got serious. A lot of people still joke that no one plays games on Apple TV, but Apple's larger strategy says otherwise. The push for cross-platform titles across iPhone, iPad, Mac, Vision Pro, Apple TV makes it easier than ever for developers to bring console-tier games to all Apple devices at once. The next Apple TV could finally make Apple a real player in living room gaming. Apple TV with a built-in FaceTime camera. Another major rumor floating around is Apple testing an Apple TV with an integrated FaceTime camera for video calls, gesture controls, smart home monitoring. tvOS 17 already supports FaceTime using your iPhone as the camera. tvOS 18.26 expands live captions, contact posters, and communication features. Even if the hardware doesn't launch this year, Apple is clearly setting the stage. Design, mostly the same. By intent, the Apple TV 2025 likely keeps the same compact matte black design. And honestly, that makes sense. It's small. It's powerful. It hides behind your TV. No redesign needed. The biggest shock, Apple TV may drop below $100. This is the part turning heads. Kuo and other analysts say Apple is planning a major price drop, potentially pushing the Apple TV under $100, a price Apple hasn't touched since 2012. If this happens, it will shake the entire streaming industry because Roku, Fire TV, Chromecast all dominate the budget market, but none of them match Apple's performance, reliability, or ecosystem integration. By lowering the price and boosting performance, Apple instantly becomes a mainstream competitor. How can Apple lower the price? Simple. A17 Pro is older and cheaper to mass produce now. N1 wireless chip is manufactured at massive scale for iPhones. Apple wants long-term smart home dominance. Profit margins can dip temporarily to gain ecosystem control. It's a long-term strategic play. Classic Apple. Apple's biggest smart home vision. This new Apple TV is not a one-off upgrade. It's a step toward a bigger future. Apple is rumored to be working on an all-in-one Apple TV plus HomePod plus FaceTime camera device. A HomePod with a built-in display. A smart display similar to Google Nest Hub, but with Apple Polish, a full smart home hub for automation. And AI, the 2025 Apple TV, is the foundation of that ecosystem. Final verdict. A game-changing upgrade. This might be one of the most important Apple TV updates ever, even without a flashy redesign. You're getting A17 Pro console class power, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6 on device, AI, better gaming, faster apps, more reliable smart home performance. A price under $100, likely. If Apple actually delivers all of this, the 2025 Apple TV could become the best streaming box ever released. The central brain of Apple's smart home, a major step toward Apple's all-in-one smart home future.